Hey y'all, it's Laura and welcome to day one of my Scraptember Video a Day Marathon. This is a collaboration with the Scrappy Sisters and Christy's Beautiful Life with our fantastic special guests Lisa Brooks and Melly Art. So today's Scraptember prompt is stitching, and I've shown you our sketch up at the top right. This one was by Laura Whitaker, this sketch. And I'm using my August stash kit because I haven't quite finished it up yet, and I wanted to make sure I did. Now, before I forget, in the description box below is our fantastic guests links, as well as links to the other lovely group of ladies who are joining in every single day for our Scraptember challenges. Also, be sure to check out the Scraptember Facebook group. We'll be posting the challenges and the sketches every single day in September. So my take on this sketch is a little bit different. I decided that I didn't really want to do a triangle of stitching that went all the way behind the banners as is created in that sketch, and I also didn't want it going out sideways because this is a 9x12 layout, which is what I do all of my twins layouts in that size. I am needing to work with a more vertical space. So what I decided to do was instead to create a couple of banners and then have them hanging from a stitched lanyard of sorts. So I'm going to do some stitching from the edges of the banners up in a triangle to the top as though they were hanging down. You know how those decor items that you can hang on doors or on hooks and they have the little decorative banners hanging down? That's the idea I was trying to go for here. So I measured in about 1.5 inches on each side and then just created a point in the middle of those two and then connected them with my pencil, just drawing very faint thin line to use as a guide for my stitching. You don't have to have a fancy template or machine to create a template for stitching. A ruler does the job just as well. So I think you can kind of see what I'm going for there. I've gone ahead and pulled in my We Are Memory Keepers punching pad. What do they call that? It's just a foam pad that you can use to punch holes into. It is self-healing and all that, so it should last just about forever. I don't know if they still make them because I haven't been able to find another one when a friend asked where I could find one, and I haven't seen them since. So if you know where they still sell these, let me know so I can recommend it to my friend. Now, using a little paper piercer and or awl, depending on what you refer to it as, I have created my own stitching spots, and I'm going to use this DMC thread number 3774 to stitch just a very simple straight stitch up one side, down the other, and that will be the prompt met. My plan for the month of September is to use the prompt and the sketch for each day. However, if I forget one or just decide not to use the other, then I'm just going to give myself a little bit of grace and just enjoy my month-long scrapping anyway. I have a multitude of different collections that I'm using. I have a multitude of sizes that I create in, so it should be a very interesting and varied month for me, which I'm excited about. And I'm really excited to see how much stash I can use up in the process. I do still have some of my August kit left over. So the first few layouts for this month will be using that kit up before I switch to my September kit, but I have worked ahead a little bit and I've pre-recorded a good handful of videos using stash and just wanting to get a head start on videos because if I wait until the day before they're due, something is liable to happen and I will not ever get caught up. So this is the plan. We do some pre-recording and then we just work with what's left. So now that I've got my stitching complete, I'm just going to tie it off here at the back, and then I will go ahead and add my banners to the front. Now, I find stitching to be fairly easy if you stick to this straight stitch technique, so it's just forward and back. And very, very simple technique. But if you do choose to use a more complicated stitch, it will take you a little bit more time. Now, I have purposely made sure that this is not completely in the center because I find that when I place my photos perfectly in the center of the page, I get a little bored with that placement very quickly. And so I try to just, even if it's just slightly more to one side than the other, I do tend to position my photos one side. So this side, they're a little bit left the whole thing is a little bit to the left, and I'm totally okay with that. I think it looks pretty cool, and because it's on a blank white piece of cardstock, it does kind of look like it's just a hanging piece of decor on the wall, which is really fun. So using my 6x6 paper pad from my stash kit to mat these photos, I have taped them together first to make sure that I can put them exactly where I want them on the page. That's a little tip for you. If you know exactly how you want your photos to go and you want to be able to move them around together, then you go ahead and tape them up front together, and that will make it much easier to shift them around the page to fit your placement exactly where you want it. Now, using an enamel dot in place of, say, a nail to put this piece of decor on the wall, I'm going to just tuck it up there at the apex little corner where those two lines meet, and it looks like it's hanging from there. Now I'm reaching into this Citrus Twist tags and ephemera pieces first because I want to create a base for the two clusters that I'm going to be putting on this page. So I'm going to have one cluster at the top of the right photo and another cluster at the bottom of the left photo, and that will help to level out the two sides. As you can see, there's now gaps at the moment at the top of the right photo and the bottom of the left, and I'm just filling in those gaps for the most part. And I find this the easiest way to embellish a two photo layout. Just the easiest way. Just focused by putting them slightly off, you've created two areas to fill in. And just focusing your attention on those two areas often is plenty of embellishment for the page. But I am going to use these larger pieces first to create a bit of a base, and then I will build more clustered items on top of them. Now these two photos are of my youngest child, and she had snuck into my mom's bedroom when we were at her house visiting and had spotted her vanity where she keeps all of her makeup and perfumes and things, and just plopped herself right down and checked out this lighted mirror. Now, I don't wear makeup as a general rule, and she's not allowed upstairs where her sister keeps her makeup. So Sophia was rather enthralled with this setup and was particularly excited to check out this lighted mirror. She was making faces and things like that. And when I was sitting there watching her, just making sure she wasn't going to get into anything, it just struck me how poignant a moment like this is. And having a little girl sitting at her grandma's dressing table, it just felt like a moment I should capture. So I pulled out my phone immediately and took a few pictures. And when I got home and really looked at them, I don't know why, but they just felt so important that I go ahead and scrap them. You know, it's capturing her, really seeing herself in a very private moment, just looking at herself, admiring herself in a very grown-up vanity. And, you know, maybe someday as a teenager, I can get another picture of her sitting at this vanity or at another vanity and compare the two, and it might be a really nice story to share later. But for now, we're going to scrap it as is, and I just thought it was a sweet little moment to capture. Now I am going to use this label underneath of the photos for my journaling, and then I have a little wood veneer piece that says favorite moments, and that's going to end up being my title. I didn't really want to add a big title onto this page because I didn't think it would fit very well with the design that I have going on, and a lot of what I'm doing at this point is just pulling out bits and pieces from the digital printable ephemera that I have included in this kit and trying things out, seeing what looks right to my eye. If you're new to scrapbooking, this is something that you will develop over time, where you'll be able to say, okay, this looks right, yep, that fits, I need something here. You will just innately know that this little space needs to be filled, I need more of this color on the page. It's just something that becomes a natural inclination as you get a little bit more experienced with scrapbooking. For those like me who've been scrapbooking for 20 years, that's not something we were born with. The very first time I made a layout, I did not go, ah-ha-ha, there needs to be more blue in this spot. No, not at all. It just takes a lot of practice, and experimenting. I encourage experimenting for everyone. I think it's fun. I think you learn a lot from it. And I think that it just makes the whole process more fun. So bringing in these little puffy stickers, these are from Maggie Holmes. And while there are a lot of strange things on this sticker sheet, I am determined to use as much of it as possible. So like there's hot air balloons. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use those or if I'm going to use them, but I'm pretty sure I can use at least 70% of this sticker sheet, and that makes it worth it to me. Especially these tiny little puffy stars, which I thought looked really cute in this background, because the background of this paper is already kind of splattered and scattered and just a mix of shapes and colors, and so I thought adding the little puffy stickers really gave it a really fun dimensional aspect as well, and I really enjoyed that. So now that we've got our scattering with the little tiny puffy stickers done, I'm going to bring in my Nuvo Drops for some controlled splatter around my clusters, and then some Heidi Swapp Color Shine to just do the edges. And that will wrap up this layout. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Until next time, bye y'all!